Let's get started on Josh Duggar.
Hey, Josh, hey. Baby, I got your money, don't you worry, Josh.
Apparently you have to like the top people that you're actually talking about. So I talk about Josh Duggar all the time and I don't like Josh Duggar. I don't want anyone harassed. I don't want the Duggars harassed. In my comments constantly saying, oh, we need prison justice to happen to Josh. You know, unfortunately, that doesn't really happen as frequently in this place. You know, unfortunately, that doesn't really happen. I wouldn't hold Morgan responsible for Shane. Here's the thing. Jessa hasn't said anything publicly, hasn't put anything out publicly, and when asked about him by a reporter, her comment is just prayers for Josh's family. I don't know why this disappoints me. I don't think it's fair just because her brother is Ryland that you have to like hate her. I just don't understand hating anyone, period.
I hate Jill. I hate her so much.
I don't think it's fair to correlate Morgan to Shane because they're first off not the same person.
In my opinion, Katie associates a lot of the things that the Duggars do to Josh. Here are a few examples. This is the uncensored pic. I did cover her face though. Her private parts are not showing. Yes, her diaper could be on a little bit better, but it is still covering her private parts. In my opinion, Katie put that stop sign on that picture to try to make it seem worse than it was.
That doesn't mean as an extension of that she somehow co-signs to everything that Shane is or does. There's been a lot of opportunities for a lot of the Duggars to make statements and they just haven't. Jessa, you haven't responded to anything. You haven't said anything and your response right now is life goes on. The only thing I could think about is the poor little kids that were literally in the videos that were on Josh's computer, specifically the DD videos that were made by Peter Scully that included horrific things that were happening to children.
You mean that video that you purposely tried to find more information about and then talked about in graphic detail on more than one occasion? That video?
As I was trying to get my backstory on that specific video and that person, Peter Scully, I did a Google search. And I was also looking for the baby. Was there a video that had a baby? Because the DOJ said it was a 3 to 4 month old baby. I get into Facebook, right? Because there's an image somehow connected to Facebook. The Philippine press took still images of the video and censored portions of it. 3 or 4 months old, being sexually abused with hot wax dropped on her as she hung from her hands and her feet. The infant was clearly in pain as she cried and screamed the whole time. One of the children in that video is no longer alive because of Peter Scully, and so for some of the kids involved, life didn't go on. She wasn't at the trial when all of this stuff was being revealed. She can still live in a world where nothing happened. She doesn't know the details because she didn't hear it.
Why does it not occur to her that most people do not want to listen to CSA details?
They fell flat because they said, as Christians, we stand against any form of the P word. So they are likening the images that Josh looked at as just the P word, not acknowledging the A word or the SA component of it. And they said, or A, so ABUSE. Not acknowledging the A word, and they said, or A, so ABUSE. Danica, who Josh R'd back in 2015.
You nasty.
We're all a little bit like marked by Josh and we're like, ew, like, is this another Josh on our hands? KJ they post a girl eating pickle picture and it went viral because of you. I don't know. Okay. The Duggars are anti-maskers. Nobody in the fundy world seems to care about masks. The fact that Anna is leaving during portions of the testimony like this to not see it, I feel like she wants to play like selective amnesia. Like if I don't know about it, he didn't do it. I feel like if your husband is doing that kind of stuff, and this is just my opinion, you would want to know.
During a live talking about how Anna has stayed with Josh, somebody in the chat commented, "But Katie, you also aren't abused by your husband. She may have been scared out of her mind."
It doesn't matter. I am a survivor of the big R word. I'm also someone that understands what happens when somebody of power or has more influence or say stature in your community can really make the person who has been in that the victim of the assault silenced. That happened to me. It doesn't matter. There's plenty of women in this situation who flat out said to me, my husband was Josh and I left him. This whole thing that we can claim that she didn't know is a lie. She didn't have to have more kids serving them up on a platter for him. So just because she's in an abusive relationship with her husband, does that mean that she can't be held responsible for not protecting her children from a pedophile? I'm asking you. You're married to a pedophile, a convicted pedophile. Keep having kids with a pedophile. You don't protect your children from the pedophile. But the excuse is that because she's being controlled. She still doesn't think her husband's a pedophile, and that's half the problem. A lot of people keep asking me to comment on whether or not she's pregnant. I have a lot of friends that have gone through pregnancy losses. I refuse to speculate on whether or not someone's pregnant. Based on the photos, it looks like she could be easily 6 months pregnant. Nor do I think it's my place to out somebody's pregnancy. At normal speed, it's kind of hard to tell specifically whether or not Anna might be pregnant. When I slow it down and zoom in on Anna, I think it becomes a little bit more clear. That's a very, very, very private. I also know that with her last baby, she did carry a little bit of that baby weight for a couple months, even not like a year after she had the baby. I don't know anything about the birth. I don't want to talk about like these silly questions about that. Lily is an English name used in reference to the popular white showy flower. It signifies purity and innocence. So Madison means son of the mighty warrior. So she's the son of the mighty warrior or the daughter of the mighty warrior, Josh, who's innocent. Get it? Son of the mighty warrior, innocent. Josh is innocent, you guys. That's what they named their daughter. Madison Lily is Josh is innocent. What a mess. Let's not mom shame her. Is she really fit to be a mother at this point? Whether she's standing by her husband or not, she has a right to be there. Let's just not mom shame her. I don't care if Anna's broken. If you're so broken that you can't be there for your children, then you probably shouldn't be a mom. He's like, these are the pumpkins and that's the family. And he goes, well, that's daddy and the kids. And I was like, why, where's the mommy? He goes, mommy's over here and she's going through something. If you can't put your needs beneath the needs of your child, you shouldn't be a parent. Get your father, please. Mommy's streaming, okay? Anna could be facing criminal charges. Please get that into your brain. She denied CPS. She denied that they even have any access to them. She could be charged with child abuse. She could be charged with child abandonment. If she doesn't leave him, they could take her kids. I never tell people to like call CPS. I never say to like make a report based on this. I don't support people contacting anything. I mean, even if it's the Duggars, I would never encourage anyone. Don't call CPS. Don't call the police. If you know something, do consider contacting HSI and letting them know what you might know.
I'm not going to call CPS on anyone because my job is to report. I'm not here to interfere in stories. I have to report on stories.
They're laughing about a pedophile. That's disgusting. You guys are laughing about a pedophile. The accusations brought against Joshua today are very serious. I don't mean to laugh. That's gross, you guys. All the girls, they were sleeping, except they weren't. All of the girls, it was just over the clothes. But it wasn't. It wasn't. It wasn't. If you're literally laughing about pedophiles and children being exposed to pedophiles, you need help. Could you imagine laughing about children being exposed to a pedophile? That is so disturbing to me. They just sent me a text message. They're responding to Josh using the Tor browser to sell cars. The source said, well, duh, because peas need cars too. Dark humor for you today. I'm sorry, that was funny. You have to find some humor in this, right?
If you're literally laughing about pedophiles and children being exposed to pedophiles, you need help.
Why do you obsess over the Duggars? I'm not obsessing. I'm not obsessing.
Fuck off, Lizzie. I hope you, fuck off, Lizzie.